Greetings from 2K Sports. Welcome to our Wednesday night coverage of the NBA with two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And checking out some numbers for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level scorer than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Let's take a look at our starters for Denver. Gordon and Jokic, the inside combo. Murray out there with Smith. And it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Celtics, at the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. And it's Queta in at the 5, down low. As a team, when you're trying to construct your best lineups, what are you looking for, Grant?
You know, I think balance is probably number one. Each lineup has to have enough defense and offense. Otherwise, you're just vulnerable.
And MP recently made a statement that on any given night, he's hyper-focused on beating his primary matchup. Sounds like he's got something to prove.
I love to see MP vocalize his specific goals, but that comes with the potential of firing up your opponent. Just think back to Anthony Edwards' statement about Kyrie Irving ahead of the Western Conference Finals in 2024. We know how talented MP is, but there's lots of talent in this league. You got to be careful not to poke the bear, and there are quite a few tough matchups MP is going to be facing.
Here's Tatum. Denver getting their last shot to go. White looking it over. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It goes on Aaron Gordon.
Well, you like the level of aggression right there from Jason Tatum. Committed to scoring on the interior and draws the contact.
That one misses. Well, Doris, when you look at the skill set Jason Tatum possesses, what specifically makes him such an elite player?
Well, if you're elite, it means you have a multi-dimensional game, and that's Jason Tatum to a T. He came in with a scoring mindset. His playmaking skills have advanced every single season. He also absorbs an enormous weight on the defensive end. This guy is elite for a reason, and it's because it's a well-rounded game.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Brown against Smith. It's blocked. Tries to save it. White with it, guarded by Smith. To the inside. And Tatum with the basket on the assist from Brown.
My goodness, the ability to adjust to defenders all around him makes Jason Tatum special. That's big-time hoops, folks.
Now here's Murray. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. He buries it from 3. Smith's got 7 points. And what an incredible achievement from MP recently. Grant, he turned in one of the most efficient games you will ever see.
Well, you talk about what it means to dominate. MP was the definition of that with his performance. Now, everything fell for him, and it looked like he was a man amongst boys.
The Nuggets have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And as we start up the new year, here's a glimpse at the new power rankings. Taking a look at Golden State. They're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
When I look at Denver, they've had a cold stretch and are desperately looking to end their losing streak. You can bet tensions are high in that locker room.
Now here's Tatum. Looking at his scoring efficiency, he's averaging around 29 a game.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
On the wing, Murray, defended by Pritchard. And the shot goes.
They've really come out swinging, hitting 4 of their first 5 shots.
And now let's check in with Allie to see what she has on MP for us. Take it away, Allie.
MP has been known to speak his mind on social media at times, but now it's his family getting in on the action. Recently, MP's mom has gotten into some verbal spats with fans across the league, and MP told me that's just who she is. It doesn't bother me, but I understand how it can look. Guys, it looks like we now know where he gets it from.
The modern era, plenty of discourse, friendly or otherwise. Thanks. Here's Smith, following the 3 by Boston. Can't cash it in from the high post.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
Brown finds Tatum. to Queta. 5 on the clock. Hardaway, the pass to Jokic. And that one's good.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
Brown against Hardaway. The 11-footer. And the basket by Brown. Brown's gotten his second bucket. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Hardaway on the wing, defended by Brown. Hardaway, the pass to Smith. The 3-ball. Tatum pulls it in. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. And here's Brown for 3. Sinks it from distance. Brown's got 7 points.
Well, one of the most valued shots in all the NBA, the corner 3, and Jaylen Brown makes easy work of it.
Jokic with a screen on White. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Guys, by many accounts, the Denver Nuggets had one of the better summers of any team, fortifying their depth and acquiring Cam Johnson from the Nets. In their chase for another title, they seem to have taken steps in the right direction.
They're all in. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. And it's Tatum missing. For Denver, they've gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Smith against White. Jokic with a screen on White. To the left side wing. Shot, left block. And it's Jokic, that time on the assist by Smith.
An efficient shooter like Jokic will always find points. All he needs is the ball.
Brown inside. He's against Murray. Brown passes to Queta. Smith inside. He's guarded by White. With the fadeaway. And it's Denver with another.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Tatum. Give him 8. Again, the miss by Boston. Denver in the lead. Here's Smith. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on White. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
The Nuggets have gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Here's Smith. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Celtics trail by 4. And here's Tatum. 10 points for him. And the call will be against Nikola Jokic. That's his first foul. Boston making a switch here. Shireman's checked in. Brown's checked in for Denver. Outside Tatum. Rebounded by Denver. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
So it's Boston now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Queta gets the bucket.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 12-4 run. Smith passes to Brown. And it's Denver with another.
I just love the ball movement.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with the Celtics head coach. Coach joked that if he focused on a single aspect of stopping Nikola Jokic, he would probably just beat them a different way. Instead, he showed the team 5 video clips, each with a specific failure of guarding Jokic. He's asked his players to prevent those mistakes from happening. Brian?
Allie, thank you. Now here's Smith. Doesn't go there. Now he's 6 for 9.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Ooh, Tatum slams it home.
When you allow Jason Tatum to build momentum offensively, it can be a scary night.
Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
Ooh, that's about as fun a highlight as we're ever going to see.
Here's Shireman, guarded by Brown. Pass to Queta. Here's Hauser. Nails it from 3.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Smith inside. Stripped it away. Here's Queta. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now here's Jokic. What a tremendous game he played against Philadelphia. 4 on the clock. Here's Smith. It's good from about 19 feet. Smith's got 21.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Now here's Tatum. 12 points for him. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Down low. Here's Brown. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. And now a 5-point Nugget lead.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy's so mindful about the way he attacks.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. This game coming after a loss versus the Bulls.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
With some changes, Boucher's checked in for Queta. Minot comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's White in for Brown. And then for Denver, Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jokic. Brown comes in for Gordon. And Murray subbed in for Smith. Changes here for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown comes in for Minot. And Pritchard is subbed in for Shireman. And then for Denver, Hardaway comes in for Brown. And it's Smith in for Brown. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. White and Brown are the wingmen. Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. That's the Boston Five. Grant, he's built for the big moments. Jamal Murray ready and willing when the pressure is on.
Yeah, B.A., his playoff performances speak for themselves. Clutch scoring, playmaking, and of course, that killer mentality.
Now here's Smith. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. To the paint. They kick it out to Murray. Clock is at 3. Ooh, the dunk by Smith.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Pritchard with it. Defended by Murray. Pass to Hauser. Boucher outside. White for three. Rebounded by Denver. White against Smith. Outside Murray. Smith with it. 23 points in the game. Denver needs to get off a shot. And there's Murray. That one's good. On the assist by Smith. Smith's got 4 assists in the game. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. Trailing by 2. Pass to Hauser. It's stolen by Johnson. And Denver pushing it up now. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T Connected Cam? Here's Pritchard. Denver getting their last shot to go. It's Brown on the wing, defended by Hardaway to stop the run. Brown can't hit.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Smith passes to Johnson. Picked by Smith. Inside. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Now here's Pritchard. No points so far. And so Joe Mazzulla calls a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But Grant, that can leave a team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Hauser. And a switch here also for Denver. Jokic is checked in. Outside White. White coming through.
Derek White fearless on the interior right there. Tremendous finish.
Smith against White. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 29 points.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Now Boucher. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. And it's Tatum missing.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Here's Smith. No good off the glass. Celtics trail by 6. Pass to Pritchard. Ooh, stolen by Murray. Here's Smith, defended by Pritchard. Smith against Pritchard. And here's Jokic. The 3-ball is good from Jokic. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
Now here's Smith. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. And another 3 for Denver.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Boston's gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Boucher a screen on Johnson. Tatum passes to Boucher and finished off by Boucher.
Oh, that's about the mobility of Chris Boucher and the feel of the spot to roll to on the floor. Nicely done.
Here's Smith. He has 29 now. From deep, Jokic. The rebound by Jason Tatum. And Grant David Adelman, a second-generation NBA head coach, grew up immersed in the game.
Yeah, B.A., basketball was a family obsession. David, a ball boy for the Blazers in the 90s, went on to coaching, which he's done for decades. His whole life has led him to this.
Denver shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. The first free throw is good. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. And Denver with a change here, too. Brown's checked in for Jamal Murray. Smith hits them both.
Boy, when you watch this guy shoot free throws, you can see very repeatable motion, and that is what leads to this kind of consistency.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, the kid in their last game against the 76ers played really superb basketball. He picked up 49 points and finished with a double-double, a testament to his effort level. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Now here's Brown, averaging around 6 a game. Pass to Jokic from behind the arc, and that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Now here's Hauser, and here's Brown, covered by Smith. Tatum against Johnson. Clock at 6. Left side Tatum shoots over Johnson, and Boston again with the bucket.
Well, you love the way Tatum will take the mid-range if it opens up to him.
Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played, and a confidence they're not afraid to show. So it's Boston now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Pritchard finds Brown. Tatum, a screen on Smith. Here comes Brown. Jokic grabs the board. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Here's Smith. Lays it up and banks it in. Smith's got 35.
Boy, for the most part, when they have gone through him, he has delivered.
Outside Tatum. Smith against Brown. Back to Tatum. To the middle. Oh, look out! JB throwing it down.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
Smith into the lane. Shoots over Pritchard. Offensive board. Jokic. Oh, good D by Boucher.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
Brown passes to Pritchard. Now here's Tatum, covered by Smith. Leans from outside. Misses off the right iron.
I don't know if he's trying to show off for the crowd or what. There's no reason for that kind of shot.
Here comes Jokic. Good, and that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Steps back. Tatum finds Brown. There's the triple. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Smith. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Denver. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Welcome, everybody. This game revealing a big disparity in play. What a performance so far for the Denver Nuggets.
This is a shooting clinic. If I'm their coach, I'm not changing one thing.
Yeah, when a team is this in sync, they make it look easy, just like us in the studio.
And let's move to some recent news. Multiple trades are shaking up the league.
What they're getting with Quickly, he plays both ends. Plays with pace, and he can flat out score it.
Yeah, all the tools are there, and the consistency is coming along.
Thanks, as always, for watching.
And after a very lopsided first half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Denver leading by 14. On the court for Denver, Gordon and Jokic, the inside combo. Smith out there with Murray. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. Now here's Hardaway. Count that bucket.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Austin shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Pass to Tatum. Down low. Oh, deflected. Shot clock at 5. White with a screen on Murray. Pritchard from outside. Can't get it to drop.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Jokic with a screen on White. Here's Jokic. Takes a 3. A rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
Here's Smith. Following the bucket by Boston. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Celtics. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
You look at Brown, he's currently up there in the voting at number 2. So clearly no one is sleeping on his abilities as a lights-out three-point shooter.
Yeah, it's his long-range shooting that puts him on another level. Definitely a guy who belongs in this contest.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest. Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
And you think about Jokic's point center game. He's a pioneer, Grant, a one-of-a-kind.
Oh, one-of-a-kind indeed. And historically, very few centers have led their team in assists, and none with the regularity of Jokic. So he's an outlier, but is he a trendsetter? Only time will tell.
Celtics trail by 15. Outside Tatum. And there's a pick. Three-pointer. Tatum! Money from deep.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And here's Jokic outside. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Back to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. It's hauled in by Nikola Jokic. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And with just about half the season in the books, checking in on the top rookies, starting to establish themselves as legit NBA talent. And you look at Smith, right in the thick of this season. He is the guy when it comes to Rookie of the Year. What a year he's having.
And this is the type of player you have to be excited about. There's no question he should be at the top of the Rookie of the Year rankings.
I'll tell you, it's one of the brightest starts to a career that I can remember. He's certainly well positioned for that award.
Denver leading by 12. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. With the drive. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Now here's Tatum. 22 points for him. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Queta, no good. Denver's gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Smith against White. And here's Jokic outside. Connects from downtown. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, great pass to Jokic when he's ready to fire, and then he's straight into his motion.
Oh, send it home, Derek White.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right, you can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Outside, Brown. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Pass to Pritchard. The kick out to White. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And they're on the break. And he lobs it up top. Murray passes to Smith. It's good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight. And what's your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Nuggets?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
And Tatum's got the ball here for Boston. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one, and they'll be reaching the back half of a 4-game home stretch. Here's Brown, plenty of space, bounces high off the rim and drops. 11 points for Jaylen Brown.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you. The Nuggets have gotten used to success. Nikola Jokic said, quote, "Winning is a lifestyle for us. It's really good when you're winning. Everybody's happy. Everybody wants to play. Everybody is buying into the system. I was here when we were losing, so I do not want to go back to that." BA, back to you.
They're good with him in the lineup. All right, Allie, thank you. Good on the shot.
But Jaylen Brown getting better and better in pick-and-roll situations. There's a real willingness to give up the basketball.
Here's Smith driving in. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. The rebound by Murray. And here's Denver. They're on a 14-6 run. Jokic gets the bucket.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
The Celtics have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Here's Brown. Gordon against Tatum. Launches a 3. White for 3. The rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 5th rebound in this one. For 3, Smith. Queta pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brown passes to Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Back to Pritchard. 5 to shoot. 4-3. Unable to get that one. Denver leading by 22. Inside. Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Boy, he is just putting this team on his back right now, and when he's got his rhythm, you just keep playing through him.
Pass to Brown. There's the 3. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Now, Jaylen Brown is now so legit from deep, boy. You better make sure you're contesting that 3 ball. That's how good he is.
So David Adelman's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Denver. And Jokic throws it down.
And this is what makes Jokic an MVP caliber talent. His ability to dominate the defense.
Tatum against Gordon. Outside Tatum. Left side White. Outside Brown. Tatum a screen on Murray. Back to White. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got rebound number 11.
Boy, this guy was able to connect from deep in the first half, hasn't found the range since.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That's good from Smith. Smith hits them both. The Celtics have gotten 6 of 14 shots to drop in this third quarter. Brown against Murray. And the basket by Brown. Brown's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Well, that's where you use your athleticism and agility if you're Jaylen Brown, navigating to a high percentage look.
Over to the wing. Here's Smith. Chops one in from the wing. Smith's got 48.
Oh, he's been a man on a mission, and there's nothing that's slowing him down.
Queta, no good. Denver has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. They kick it out to Murray. Tatum against Smith. Over Tatum. Smith no good. The Celtics have gotten 7 of 16 shots to go so far in the third quarter. White against Johnson. Back to Brown.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Brown's got 9 points here in the second half. And here's Smith. Jokic with a screen on White. Pass to Jokic. Lets it go from deep. Boston pulls it in. Outside White. Tatum a screen on Smith. And Tatum with the basket on the assist from White. White's got his 7th assist here tonight.
That's an excellent decision. Playing in the pick and roll, just understanding where the windows are, delivers it right in the pocket.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Boucher's checked in for Queta. Minot comes in for Tatum. Shireman comes in for Brown. Brown, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Brown comes in for Smith. The Nuggets lead by 21. Outside Murray. There's the steal. Outside White. Pass to Minot. Here's Shireman, defended by Murray. And it's Shireman missing.
Boy, he won't miss many of those, but it certainly happens and did there.
Murray deciding where to go with it. From deep, Jokic. Boston pulls it in. White's got his 4th rebound in this one. Converts on the jumper, an easy 2. White's gotten 4 this quarter.
That's a crafty play. Understanding when to pull up off the bounce to get that jumper to go. Derek White is on time.
Back to Murray. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic. 14 points for Jamal Murray.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Boucher a screen on Murray. 1 second left. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. It's Denver opening up a huge gap. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. They've got Peyton Pritchard. He's out there with Jaylen Brown. Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Minot in at power forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Yet another bucket.
putting on a scoring clinic.
Hey, it's become an old habit. He's tied for the 4th most 50-point games in a single season.
Think about this. This is his 9th 50-piece, tying the great Wilt Chamberlain. Kobe's 10 is next up at 3.
Jaylen Brown, in addition to becoming a champion, notched a big award in 2024, Doris.
It is undeniable that Jaylen Brown raised his level throughout the course of the playoffs in 2024. He was the MVP of the conference finals and the finals, and I thought set the tone almost nightly en route to that championship.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
Now here's Smith. Another bucket! Wow!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Pass to Pritchard. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. Brown looking around. Shot clock at 6. Can't connect from 13 feet out. The Nuggets lead by 22. Here's Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got 54 points.
Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
Here's Brown. Uses the glass on the layup.
The passing, the shooting, the scoring, it's all clicking right now for Jaylen Brown.
Here's Smith. Banked it in off the glass. Smith's got 56 in the game.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Here's Brown. Soft touch off the glass. For Denver, they've got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Smith against Brown. Good! That's another bucket! Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Well, you ask the older generation about load management. They'll bend your ear about back in the day, Grant.
Oh, yes, we will. But it's true that today's players average more distance covered per game, even if they're not walking uphill both ways. So you got to take that into account.
You have to admire the growth of Jaylen Brown. He comes in as an attacking athlete. He's now a better passer, and he absolutely is a knockdown three-point shooter.
Now here's Hauser. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tim Hardaway. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Yeah, they've been pretty careless so far, racking up a number of fouls in very little time.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th. And there's the screen. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Up and over Smith. And there's Brown. That one's good. On the assist by Pritchard.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
The Nuggets lead by 19. Smith with it. Valanciunas with a screen on Brown. Smith passes to Valanciunas. And stolen by Boucher. On the wing, Hauser. Pass to Minot. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard, no good.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is
good. He hits again.
I mean, just a magnificent showing for him offensively. Buckets coming in rapid succession.
And get this, he's now tied for 3rd most 60-point games in league history.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Smith. And Pritchard pulls it down.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Boucher on the screen. Here's Brown on the mark with the 15-footer. Brown's got 32 points in the game.
He's done everything he can to give them a lift tonight, but it hasn't been enough.
And so David Adelman calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And Boston with some changes. Mazzulla has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. something the league has worked towards, seeing small market teams competing at a high level, Graham.
Yeah, this league isn't just for the big cities. Smart drafting and team development can make any organization elite. And of course, that's the beauty of it all.
Outside, Brown. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. White, good. And that's 13 points for Derek White.
Derek White, tremendous finisher in the painted area, just drops it in softly.
Smith against White. Pass to Jokic. Smith outside. Back to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Helps his team in so many ways. Jokic is more than just a leader.
Celtics trail by 20. Outside White. Here's Queta. Outside Tatum. Launches it. Hits the trifecta. Tatum's got 13 in the second half.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Smith no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Pass to White. Now Tatum, defended by Gordon. Gordon against Tatum. Up and over Gordon. Rebounded by Denver. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. They host the Hawks after this one, and that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Here's Murray, and we've got a timeout from David Adelman, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Pritchard's checked in for Hauser. And the switch here also for Denver. Hardaway's checked in. Smith against White. With the 10-footer. Smith no good. And White has got the ball here for the Celtics. Trailing by 17. Brown inside. He's against Murray. Brown can't hit. Denver has gone 0 for 3 here in the fourth. Now here's Smith. Outside Murray. Beyond the arc. Ooh, the shot misses.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Pritchard. Fires the 3. The 3 is in.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith. Celtics trail by 14. Jason Tatum can't get the 3. And so it's Murray who brings up the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Jokic with a screen on Brown. Outside Jokic. Puts up the tray. Money from 3.
I mean, with his three-point shooting, Jokic is able to draw opposing bigs out on the perimeter, and that opens up driving lanes for him and his teammates.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
It's Brown on the wing, defended by Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. White. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Well, inside, Derek White showing an ability to finish around the cup.
Now Gordon. Here's Smith. Tipped. Brown with the steal. Here's a pass to Tatum. Gordon pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Nuggets.
Well, I have to comment on their strong performance tonight at the charity stripe.
And it might have won them the game. The ability to draw fouls and capitalize can be a real difference maker.
Looking at this year so far, this will make 22 wins for them.
And with this one all but in the record books, They set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for the kid.
He ran things with precision, great command of the offense, putting his teammates in all the right spots.
Outside Tatum. Here's the pass to Brown. 4 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Jokic pulls it down. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. The lead is 15. Smith. Oh, connects again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Now White. He fires. So no problem for Denver as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
Now over to Dominic Hamill.
You got the win, got yourself a double-double. Anything missing, MP? You want fries with that?
Man, I love your questions. And you know what? I do want those fries, Dominic Hamill. Win is always good, and I'm not out there thinking about my numbers when I'm playing. But, hey, it's nice to see all the stats I racked up. Lets me know I'm as dominant as I think I am. Lets the league know, too.
Sounds good, MP. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
Back to you, Brian.
Dominic, thank you very much. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian.
Oh, this
Yeah. Frank.
There we go. All right. I can't believe I'm asking you this, but your mom's had some pretty strong words of late for people on social media who've criticized you. And I got to know, is it embarrassing for you to have to talk about that and to know that your teammates are going to be asked about that? Moms, am I right?
Ain't nothing embarrassing about my mom, bro. Like, for real, that woman raised me. And my teammates, they're fine too. But you should do your job and you should talk to them about hoops. Then we wouldn't even be here with this issue.
Okay, so MP thinks mom is an issue. Got it. Thank you, MP. Right here.
In the back.
Ah, thank you. Not again. Don't be jealous. So, is it fair to say you've got a proud mama back home tonight after you backed up her 50-point guarantee?
Wow, what is this obsession that you guys have with my mom? I mean, yes, she's happy I dropped 50, but I bet she's happier that we won. She knows the media can use this sort of thing to drive a wedge between teammates. And that's the last thing I would want, so that's the last thing she would want. So yeah, she is proud of me, but I know she's proud of all of us.
That's cool.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. That's lovely.
Nobody wants
Can we
that.
keep
Yes.
talking about this, though?
Great.
And
I got a real question.
I got
another question.
Here.
Come on, MP,
Hey, as much as I would like to answer more questions, I don't have the time, but thank you all.
It's okay.
That's
Thank you.
he's always doing this.
You know, they're good. We waited 2 hours for him to come for 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. That is rude.
What game are you guys playing?
Thanks again, everybody.